Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Joshua Kimmich. In many ways, the ultimate modern fullback in that he contributes just as much offensively as he does defensively. He seems to have a great instinctive understanding of when to move forward, and that means he rarely gets caught out of position on the counter-attack. He should be a key player for this team.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. That pass isn't the best. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Flamengo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Very nicely done. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Gullit. Cannavaro wins the duel this time. Now it's Pelé. That is very well defended. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. And it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Chance! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, that is rather wayward. Zanetti. He's had it taken off him. Mbappe! So it is still 0-0. Cannavaro. This is a promising build-up. Passes short and sharp. Threads one in. Zanetti deals with that comfortably. Zanetti gets it away. And here's Mbappe. Nicely aimed pass.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Zanetti. Now Ronaldinho.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Cruyff. Ronaldinho, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Aimed beyond the defence. That is lovely. Cruyff. And the shot! What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Now it's Pelé. Now it's Kubo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Kimmich. Now it's Pelé. And here's Ronaldinho. Kimmich. Thuram does well to get it back. Knocks it into space. And he welcomes it in. Not a hint of offside here. Gullit unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Thuram. And it's Pirlo. Can he get it through? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Passing nice and neat. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Cruyff. Now it's Pelé.
It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? the most accurate pass. He's gone for goal! That was mighty close. It's not an especially good pass, that. Picked out brilliantly. There's the header! It's there!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Foot in.
Zanetti.
Kubo. He is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. And it's Kimmich. And the referee says that is that for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Besiktas unable to get back onto level terms before half-time. They trail 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitution for
so that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So straight into the second half.
Number 8.
Besiktas can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Pelé, and he's running through. Tries to play it through. There's the shot! Great vision. Besiktas come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Cruyff. And he's picked it up out wide. Cruyff. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Costa Curta, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Pelé, looking for the run. And that's another good win of the ball.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Bale. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Ronaldinho.
Such good technique.
Ronaldinho. And it's Kimmich. And this is Ronaldinho. Now it's Pelé. Bullet. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Zanetti.
That's a good foray he's making. Besiktas perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Costa Curta. Now it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Pelé. And here's Kubo. He's a sharp little ball here. Could move up a gear here. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. He is through here. In comes the corner.
Substitution for Besiktas.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Mbappe. Coming on the field, number 25, Baggio.
Keeper has taken
Number
decisive
18,
action.
Son Heung-min. Substitution.
Flamengo have the chance to go the other way. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Costa Curta gets it clear. Cannavaro is there to clear. And he's being shifted off it. Chiellini. Long ball upfield. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Pelé. Well, that looks a decent ball. Shapes to shoot! And that's a good finish. Besiktas back on level terms. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Oh, that's fabulous. Nice interception, well timed. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Now it's Pelé. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh no, this does not look good. Little doubt, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Substitution for Besiktas. Number 13,
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Coming on to replace him is number
The
3,
final 5 minutes.
Rijkaard. Substitutions
De
taking
Bruyne.
place.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Pelé plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
There will be
Well
3
timed,
minutes
excellent
added time.
interception. And he's had it nicked away. And here's Yamal. Lovely pass, but can he get there? There's the... He leaps for it! Loose ball now, and there's... Oh, he's been caught! And again! In he goes again! Corner. All hands on deck for this one. De Bruyne with the short one. And there goes the final whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite fair.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, tell me this. Who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Bale. Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he goes cross-field. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Eto'o. Messi. Pirlo. Now it's Bale. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Gullit. And it's Gullit. Great vision. He's shifting through the gears here. And this is Gullit. Gullit finds himself offside. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. It's a pretty loose pass. That looks a good ball through. Good read, needed to be. That's going to go a long way.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Can he get it through? Messi, very much a man of this moment. Chiellini. Viana. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cruyff cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever...
And the shot!
Madrid definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's the keeper's ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pirlo. Threads one in. Bale. Baresi cuts out the pass. Cruyff. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. He's found space here. Cruyff. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Bale. He's rising! It's hit the upright. Nearly, but not quite.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Howson wins the duel this time. Well timed, excellent interception. Now, can they get him away? Ibrahimovic. Messi. Vieira. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Looking to play him in. Thuram makes the interception. Schmeichel getting this one clear. Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Davids cannot be beaten that easily. Thuram. Davids. Now it's Eto'o. Looking for options for movement. Plays a sharp little ball here. It's loose now and they want to get it back. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Pirlo. This looks promising. Tries to pass it through. And that signals the end of the first period. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. And we are up to the break.
Besiktas certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11.
Gets us going once more.
Será sustituido por...
Besiktas have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Nicely aimed pass. Pirlo. And here's Son Heung. It's Son Heung-min! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Eto'o. Gullit does really well there, he is strong. And here's Eto'o. Besiktas can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
It's a promising position. Oh, nice touch. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Batistuta. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff, the cross. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Can he get on the end of this?
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
No, he refuses to take the bait. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Davids is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. He's found a way through. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And here's the chance to counter. And here's Gullit. Knocks it into space. And this is Son Heung-min. Besiktas still have the cards to affect this game. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass is coming off in... Great chance! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
So we have
14,
movement on both
el
benches.
dorsal 10 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 20. Se va
Looking
a
for the
llevar a
run.
cabo un cambio de
Oh,
jugadores.
well measured. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's pulled back. Oh, that was vital. Son Heung-min. Now it's Stojkovic. Oh, delightful ball. He's in. Son Heung-min! And that's a tidy finish. Finally the breakthrough.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Little doubt, that is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. A swift reaction then, and the boss opting to reshuffle his defence.
Yeah, and that's not totally surprising. The manager obviously felt his defence needed reinforcement. He can't afford a...
Oh, good effort! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, super find. Oh, he's all alone. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Strokes it back. That is good alertness. And it's Nedved. Now it's Eto. Can he get it? Can he finish? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Well, that is one way to stop him. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking.
It's just a silly one to give away at this stage of the game.
Very little time to go, and they have a free kick in a really promising area. Great chance here to level it up. And he's in, and the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Shot could be on. This time, surely! He's got a goal! They have stolen level at the last! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Pele really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Can he get on the end of this? Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Looking to play him in. Dealt with nicely by the defence. I think they're done. They are done. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. This, of course, a part of the European scenery known for its great noise. Milan, the grand shrine to the game, the Giuseppe Meazza. So we're very much on the way now. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And it's Pirlo. And now the breakaway. Vieira. Oh, that's fabulous. He's in a good, decent chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Bale is offering a right smile there. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Pirlo. Here's Kane. No, that's been intercepted. Vieira. That's a shade optimistic. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Ball is over the line. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Now it's Mbappe. Platini is the team's great visionary. Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Hullet. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Bale. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. And it's Hazard. Great vision. Now he's running away. Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And we have liftoff. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play, and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well timed, excellent interception. And this is Hullet. That is good strength. Hazard. And here's the chance to counter. Tries to pass it through. Del Piero finds himself offside.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
That's an imaginative pass. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, there's a probing ball. Has a look and plays it forward. Stam, always a very imposing presence at the back. Looking for options for movement. Has crossed into chance! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Now it's Del Piero. Thuram deals with that comfortably. No way through there. Platini. Kane is having a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Bale going after that. Now it's Bale. Hullet. Bale.
Besiktas certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Hazard, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And it's Michel Platini. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that pass isn't the best. No way through. Thuram. Messi. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Zola in acres of space out wide. Now it's Del Piero. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. It's just beyond his reach. Cannavaro. The referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Besiktas go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Attenzione signore e signori, ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi di non perdere di vista i propri bambini durante la partita.
Away we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without...
Just the keeper in his way! Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Gives it back, pull it. Some intricate pass, tries one from range! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Passing is crisp and sharp. Always onto this. Thuram promptly onto that, and that is that. Platini quietly revving up. Besiktas come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Pinches it off him. The less said about that pass, the better. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Played into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's going to be disappointed with that. Pirlo. There's the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 80.113 spettatori.
Besiktas have got it back and they'll have another go. Bullet needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Now it's Platini. Can he get on the end of this? Driven in. Oh, good effort! And no mistake! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Engages and forces him off the ball. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's been slipped through. He has found a way through. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to break at pace. Platini, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Besiktas still have the cards to affect this game. Shot, surely! And that's a sharp finish. Just one goal in it now. Game on!
The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
Just one in it now.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
And he's being shifted off it. And here's Del Piero. He's in plenty of space here. That's very neat. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Besiktas could be just about done here.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Eto'o. Thuram. Chiellini. Messi.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That has not gone well. Thuram cuts out the pass. Now he's off and running. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Best. Plays the return pass. Now it's Bale. Vieira. And he's had it nicked away.
Il quarto
Bullet.
uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Cannavaro getting forward. Pelé. And here's Mbappe. And this is Hullet. Very nicely done. And this is Messi. That is great defending, so alert. And that is as far as it goes. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. So there it is. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Milan e Besiktas.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. So we're very much on the way now. It appears to be a 4-4-2 formation, Jim.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
That's a cute ball. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, it's safe to say, Peter, we're in the presence of defensive royalty here.
And so what is it that makes Paolo Maldini so regal?
Well, I think the fact that he almost never had to make a tackle says it all. He just doesn't need to. With him, it's all about anticipation, positioning, and reading the game superbly. There's very few who were able to do that at the highest level like him.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Mbappe. Both sides exercising caution for now. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now that looks a decent ball. Messi! Goal! Milan! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Besiktas finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, that was vital. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Aimed beyond the defence.
Besiktas are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe, and there's the shot! Oh, cracking effort.
Mbappe certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
Gilberto Silva, and here's Mbappe. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Always onto this. Dida can clear it away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Now it's Messi, and he's found a way past. And Messi! Oh, it's hit the post. He's got away with one there.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
And claimed it back swiftly. Pelé. Oh, this is a very good run. De Jong finding himself in space. That is lovely. Seedorf is onto this.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Nicely weighted ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Messi does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Pelé. Messi plays a sharp little ball here. And it's Messi. Hullet. too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Turns back here, probably the best option. And here's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Mbappe! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Besiktas certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bergomi with the foul. Pirlo. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And here's Gullit. Mbappe! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And this is Bale. Gilberto Silva. Now it's Pelé. Vieira cuts out the pass. This is a promising build-up. De Jong. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pirlo.
Ci sarà un minuto di
Into
recupero.
stoppage time. Very little left on it. Gilberto Silva. Well, they could break here. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Besiktas finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Besiktas can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
No, that's been intercepted. Messi. Mbappe. Pirlo. Mbappe is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. And he plays one through. It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! About as smooth as it gets! Besiktas back on level terms!
Mbappe really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And this is Gullit.
Gullit really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Milan! And they've got their lead back. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Besiktas dragged themselves back again.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Messi taking charge of the dead ball. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! And the shot! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more.
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11.
So we have movement on both benches.
Numero 14.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Numero 15. Numero 23. Seedorf.
Oh, nice one too, very nice.
Il numero 22. Il numero 7. Il numero
Now it's
10.
Cruyff.
Il numero 6.
It's a lovely, neat pass. And this is Pele. Oh, he's bustling through here. Knocks it into space. Bale! And that's a tidy finish. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished.
Great chance! Goal, Milan! And they get themselves in front! Simplicity itself.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan with the lead.
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off?
Son Heung-min. Oh, such a clever touch.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
It's a pretty loose pass. Vieira. Into the last 5 minutes. And it's Cruyff. Davids. Nesta. Shifted it to the flank. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Looking for options for movement. Maldini gets a foot in here. Can he get on the end of this? Thuram.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Thuram. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. Neatly clipped into space. Son Heung-min might just make this. Bergomi. Cannavaro. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Besiktas can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all,